Fetterman continues to be a disappointment. Let me explain something. You know, there's an issue with his voters in Pennsylvania. Yes, too many of them are marginally turning to the MAGA feeling, and it has to do with the working class adoption of Donald Trump as being the savior of the working class because, yes, of the neglect of the Democratic Party in many ways, but not because of something that Donald Trump or Republicans have done for these people at all. But instead of using his platform to teach, to instruct, to inform, and also to work towards moving the Democratic Party to the populism of progressivism to do what it needs to do for the working class, instead, he appeases his constituency, meaning the MAGA portion of his constituency, in order to attract them on false premises. But this one beats the cake. You know, Representative Crockett and a few other Congress people did a video. It was a funny video for an influencer to show Democrats fighting. And he took exception to that, talking about how silly it looked. Well, you know, you don't do that with Representative Jasmine Crockett because she's not going to just take things sitting down. She's going to let you know some truths. Check this out, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Last week, you were one of those who participated in a Choose Your Fighter video. It got some criticism online, including Democratic Senator John Fetterman called it bizarre and reportedly mocked it in the Senate hallway. I will say that your punching looked better than some of your colleagues. Fetterman has been criticizing your party for undignified antics and a sad cavalcade of cell phones during the president's address to Congress. What's your response to Senator Fetterman?
He's not the one to talk about anything. I mean, this is a guy that doesn't seemingly want to own a suit. I'm not really sure. But I don't show up in hoodies when I'm going on the floor. And so the idea that you would say that we could not have a moment in which an influencer asked us to do this. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you and tell you that when she asked me to jump, I said, did you ask my older colleagues to do this? Because I feel like you're picking on me because you think that my knees are a little younger. And I did not know who all was in this particular trend whatsoever. And I think that it is important that people see that we're real people. And even if that means that there's a moment to laugh, that's okay, especially since it seems like we're doing more crying than anything. But just know that we were not on the House floor jumping around at all, whereas Senator Fetterman is consistently walking around the Senate chamber, and he is walking around in such a way that they literally had to change the rules in the Senate so that he could walk around that way. So I just don't think that he's necessarily the one to actually have an opinion about this.
Again, this is an issue. Democrats need to stop trying to be like Republican light or try to appease to MAGA on false pretenses. What they need to do is inform Americans, have enough respect for the intellect of people, whether rural, urban, ex-urban, suburban, I don't care. Have respect for their intellect and have respect that you can sit down and have a cup of coffee with them and talk to these people instead of just trying to appease them, which leaves them in the domain that they will listen to charlatanes like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and others. It takes effort. It takes work. It takes caring. It shows that you care about others if you don't just try to appease their most negative sensibilities, their inner demons, but you try to exercise them. You try to get rid of them by just engaging them and giving them some truths. Fetterman should try that. He knows better. But again, too many Democrats do one of two things: appease Wall Street or appease MAGA.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.